has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I have business here to attend to. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares. I wonder why I still take these things. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce? Private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again. up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases. Mr. Pierce.
But are those...
Their work. Show yourself worthy of the... Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. Sarah, even you must...
The painter?
The police accuse they all died.
I can't do anything.
Find out the truth. She wouldn't...
But if you...
I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin. What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. And yet the painting is linked to this case.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. I believe you are right.
I believe that...
Darkwater.
It's a
I suppose.
Darkwater.
You must tell me.
No, she never...
Saw?
My daughter was an Enning.
The sender's label mentioned...
That's right.
And you think you're...
That is what... Go to...
The sender's label...
That's right.
And you
That is... Go to...
You must...
No, she never...
Saw?
My daughter...
The meaning... I think you're...
That's what I... And yet a paint...
I think...
I'm willing...
Quiet down. An artist... You're only...
Correct.
Which you define...
Fine.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book. I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. Well, Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks. Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. This blackboard hasn't been used. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
From here, I hard-working, even the...
It's you who...
Oh, I wouldn't tell me what I can...
I found a
What? I don't mind you visiting my...
Are you being black?
Not exactly.
With any
I would cheat.
Can you not?
Don't you?
I was looking at your photo.
Interesting.
I thought it was...
And for good...
Your father.
John is wooden.
Your manifest.
Yeah, I saw... I don't remember having...
And why a
You mean that...
I know, and the...
Indeed.
So where...
Well, for all the...
With whom? I'm looking for what...
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that... Can you tell me?
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my...
So come. You're back again.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
This blackboard hasn't been fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See now?
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it. What could have done so much
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen!
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
The same goes for you, sir.
They seem to be...
You tell... If only... And you.
I'm looking for this address.
Don't go near them.
Why?
Because I told you. Now.
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back...
You didn't tell...
Because... Now...
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
Cops. They can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign.
Damnation. I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give. St. Brendan. Desecrate. I can't even say which... I've no idea what it's...
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice. I don't want to end...
It's a stiletto. And with that smell... Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Boy, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet.
You live here?
Why did
We saw...
Yeah, we'll teach
I
our building.
That's irrelevant.
That's what.
There's you.
Wait.
Quiet.
What brings...
The two guys.
They're protected.
They're more.
If only...
Is it Cat?
Oh,
Nothing.
Is it
Nothing.
that statue?
why do you
You wouldn't be...
think until?
Peculiar.
Yeah,
It's not...
Isn't it a bit of...
we gotten
Fits.
so.
I've taken...
West.
What's with you, Juan?
We saw you talk. Go die.
I went to see this...
What makes you think...
We're bootleggers.
Who do you think?
What do I...
The sailor.
Who else?
Cat.
What?
She's the boss.
Shut up, you...
She must be quite... I hope you have...
No.
But he only...
So, who are you?
Are you...
Every...
I've just...
Let's just... And we...
What are you guarding?
Listen.
She sounds...
And she does...
I've got to get inside.
Oh, yeah?
She sent me...
You got no...
What's with you?
We saw you. Go die.
I've got to...
No.
I don't...
And we...
I bid you... If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Well,
Did you...
I have an offer that...
well,
I need you to keep...
what's in it?
What would...
There's only...
For sure.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find...
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that...
That's true.
So what do you... Who are these others?
And why would I...
I'd like to know...
I don't think...
What more can...
Not much more. They were all...
The whole...
Don't get it.
What do you mean?
The only one left there is old Silas. He can be unpredictable.
Is he a danger?
No, he's in his... You again.
No need.
You again.
No need.
Back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops. They can't understand.
You saw what happened. Don't hang around.
This warehouse looks...
No doubt if you want to...
Good. I've seen... You're not...
Of course she's not... You on...
I shall take... A whale vertebra. This place is full of junk. This ratchet device seems to be usable. It looks like there's a way in under this grate. A handle. It must come from these old winches. I could use this old winch to lift the grating. It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn. Ugh. Smoke. It's coming. I hope it's not.
You saw what happened, don't hang.
I shall take my leave.
You're back again. What can...
I'm just back. Dead.
Smith.
You're a superstition.
What do you mean?
The stat. Somebody just.
I condemn these and this.
You don't know.
I wonder.
Killer whale.
That's true. But,
give it a try.
Have you trenches that...
You're talking. The police took the...
You've got...
I think... Who says to look into... Apparently
They're part of the...
And yet the place...
As a
You mean that...
I couldn't tell you if... But I think I can imagine what you've got in... You're back. What can...
I shall be on my way.
So come... You're back. What?
I shall...
So come back and...
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Pure instinct.
Veteran, huh?
300 and...
Oh.
I'm here.
I prefer... Speak then.
Captain Fitzroy.
You wanted...
I wouldn't say...
Try this.
I think we'll get along well. Let's say I want to...
Choices you...
How much?
5?
I guess
I'm not...
Captain Fit...
You want it?
Same again.
Here you go.
That's no moonshine.
You can say that again.
Captain Fitzroy.
You want it?
One more.
They all say that.
There's Ryan, that.
Looks like Monsieur is a con...
Damn. I didn't expect... What's the...
You mean our sort...
I'll tell him.
She'd anything...
The Stranded Whale.
What can I... The name when I went...
It was a...
Ah, but still...
What can you tell me?
We all knew then...
You don't dare say a thing because you risk...
You're not a... Okay.
She was sick.
Ah...
Her vision.
Way I see it.
What do you mean?
Do you still...
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me?
We all knew then.
Her style made...
Yeah, we saw...
So they made...
You need...
You don't dare...
Okay.
She was...
Ah...
I've got what...
Anything...
What do you know?
If I were...
Why not?
First, sailors from around... Screen.
Screen.
And that's not... But anything...
What can you tell me?
We all knew then.
I've got...
Anything else?
That'll be all for now. Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again, you know.
Oh.
The girl doctor.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
I know.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
Do you like our song?
We may not...
That's true.
I've never heard...
Only people...
I saw the news...
Watch what...
That cat...
Without it, it's true. Our
Dang it.
What brought Whale?
The way
They all...
You exhausted this.
You could say that, yes.
Until
The one of the miraculous
eggs
I heard the hawk.
and all.
They were made...
You shouldn't.
We're not speaking ill.
There!
It's your proof.
I bid you farewell.
Good night.
So long.
I had to wing of the girly boys.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various
Another break?
locations.
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
Until it
But he won't
finds a
try
new
again
reader.
anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
I see grounds for my right. Well, there is no. And the weather is rough, and the winds.
What can I get you?
There's little comfort here.
What can you tell me?
We all knew then.
I've got.
Anything?
I read the article. Interesting.
Don't get it on that day. The biggest whale they saved.
Charles Hawkins. Do you know if he had?
I don't know money or the Hawkins.
You seem to know.
Well, we all then.
I've got what I.
Anything?
That'll be all.
What you looking at,
I've rarely seen a woman who could.
What gives you the right? So what? Let me drink. I told you to be.
What can I get?
You seem to know.
Well, we all then.
I've got what I.
Anything?
That'll be.
Do you like our...
We
met?
I bid you.
Good night.
So long.
I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
I like to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You're back again. What can...
The miraculous cat.
Not at all. It's an episode. Read this. It's this.
I shall be on.
So come.
You saw. Don't hang.
I shall take. I hope it's. This is primitive. Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case? What happened here? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like it smells as bad as it looks? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to...
It's clear that you knew the victims. I'm sorry to dig up that...
I can still see the poor child lying burned on the floor of their drawing. We had to tear him off.
It's horrendous. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
So you confirm that it was removed from the... I'd like to go and see the mansion.
Of course. Come on. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up.
Officer Bradley.
Why, you...
Come on.
Okay.
Who the hell are you? I've got my eye on you.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do. Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins.
Don't think I was trying to...
That's why you're...
Yes. If something is anything else...
Your partner...
You managed to get something out of that, but...
He talks too much.
That's not fun. You know, Charles was like, oh, he's got no... Is there anything else you want to...
I prefer to be...
It's a wise attitude.
Could he be a...
Strictly speaking, though, he...
A sad old...
Gee.
I don't believe that...
It's a very old building.
It's got nothing...
So, since you... It remains to be seen. Let's go up there.
I see no scorched trees, or...
You're pretty... The fire was quickly...
Not soon enough to...
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't... Are we gonna take a closer look at the...
Nightfall...
I'll go...
Why not?
Right. Let's go.
No question of leaving now. I must examine the scene of the fire. Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Bradley was right. This place is much older than... The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes... The caretaker... Charles Hawkins' grave.
I told you. Silas Wynn...
I must say it's...
So, Detective.
Why were they buried?
I was given the...
Strange idea.
Mrs. Hawkins...
Why were they...
I was given the...
Strange idea.
Mrs. Hawkins'
Let's go to them.
Please.
Charles Hawkins, correct. Poor kid. Poor kid. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself.
That's true.
It's painful to be the...
You don't know. Understood.
The police report describes a domestic accident.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule.
He wants to restore the reputation.
No, I can't.
That's why you...
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked.
No one lives in the mansion. If you have a good reason...
There's vermin.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's...
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside. If there's nothing else...
Go on, then.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion. The poor wretch seems to spend the best... Rather Spartan. The caretaker. I know a thing or two about solitude myself. This gate is locked.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your...
You're right. I'll have to find another entrance. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. Silas managed to bring the fire under control. But it was already too late for the Hawkins.
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just to stop along the way. They seem happy, but Charles is already... Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. They had a fight. Why? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was... I suspect a crime.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? A crowbar could prove useful. This door is blocked from the outside. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Did you hear that?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities? This place was falling apart long before the fire.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got... This place was falling apart long before the fire. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 leagues under the sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Did you hear that?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? The boys' room. A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it? The door is blocked on the other side. Bradley? Is that you?
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects. Did you hear that?